Questions for Coach Callero. Are we ready, guys?
Coach, what was the difference tonight?
We didn't play any resemblance of defense the first 20 minutes of the night. We gave up 49 points in the first half on our home court. Credit to them for great ball movement and slap in our face for not understanding the basics of being ready to play and defending and getting help side. And the first level help was very poor, and the second level help was maybe more poor. And the third level of reactions were like, oh my gosh, they're open. So I'm concerned about our mental freshness and preparation. Got to respect the game of basketball a little bit more, be ready. We had a late night practice last night because of papers and time. It was dead week and so forth. And I thought our brain looked like we were running around with kind of like, okay, now we got the game to play. And we just can't do that. I mean, it's going to be when we play in the conference play, we're always going to end up in a position where you got papers and you've got tests and so forth. Matter of fact, the Big West Conference goes on right in the middle of dead week, and finals are right in the first week of NCAA tournament. So we can't use academics as an excuse for preparation. We can't use late practices as an excuse. We have to become more ready earlier to defend and be ready for the game. We had to change some things defensively and how we guarded the on balls and different things that made big adjustments for us by holding them in 26 points second half. But had we done a decent job in the first half and held them to 35, that's a 14-point difference, and we win that game by double digits.
Yeah. It seemed like offensively too, there were some easy shots, 60% free throw shooting, and like you said, maybe the fact that you guys gave up 49 is kind of the big number, but
yeah, I mean 73 points is enough to win the game. 73 points is our 72 is our target number. If we can get over 72, then and if we're giving up 75, we got to look at the other side of the ball. You're always going to, Tom Barquette asked, is that the shot you want? At the end, I go, well, second team all conference guy, 5 feet from the hoop, the ball rolls out. I said, you tell me. I mean, we had multiple tip-ins roll out. Like you said, go up the free throw line, and you got. I mean, you want to get to the free throw line. We got to it. We got to be able to knock it down. So it seems like at times that we are playing not to lose instead of getting back. That this is what we do: play to win and execute and believe it. So. For a veteran team like we have, that's a disappointing loss because it's a game in which our adjustments that we made saved us a bit. But the first half, we can't have to make these miraculous adjustments to try to change a team to 26. We should be able to guard that team, keep them at 35. But credit to them, their game plan, their unselfishness, their ball movement, and their shooting percentage. A great job. They shot nearly 50% from three-point line, and they're good Division I college basketball players.
Yeah. To the average fan, maybe it looks like you guys are moving the ball more, obviously scoring more, but there's only so much time in practice too to work on one thing or the other in terms of ball and tempo and so forth, and working on defense too. Is that something that you were talking about needing to go back and looking?
Well, I think that we're trying to find we're trying to find our consistent defensive identity and consistent intensity with that. I think we're playing 3 different defenses to try to change the tempo, and that helps from time to time. But if you don't have the intensity and the help defense along with that, it doesn't matter if it's a 1-2-2 zone, if it's our 1-3-1 trap, or if it's our man-to-man, it didn't matter. They were buzzing the ball around and beating all of them. So that's when you go, X's and O's are real overrated. You got to be ready to defend and stop the ball and make the next help and then recover to that help. We're going to learn a lot from the video. We're going to learn a lot from the video, and we better learn a lot of video because with Fresno State coming in, it's going to be that much more. And I thought that there was some pending, we just got to get through this IPFW game and play Fresno State. I mean, there is probably 10 people on campus and in the buildings around. Oh yeah, good luck on Saturday, Fresno State. Like, we have a game tonight, and it seems like we were waiting for the big Fresno State game instead of taking care of the game that's in front of you. And again, that's something a veteran team like us should not be dealing with. And that's the frustration I have with it right now, is that the maturity level for us to be able to handle that. But it's one preseason loss by 2 points. So obviously, we've got a little more work to do.
There's some work to do in the next 46, 48 hours.
Yeah.
Tell me about Fresno State.
Well, he had an all-conference kid, a first-team all-conference candidate to be MVP in Marvell Harris. It's a potential NBA player. Their bigs are super athletic. Ito kid touches the rim with his head, literally. They have quickness. They have length. They get after it. They explosive. They can be down 10, 12, 14 points and get back in 2 minutes. They do a lot of different stuff that you can't simulate in practice because of their athleticism and length. They'll be as athletic as anybody else you'll see in Mott Gym for the rest of the year. Irvine will be taller, but maybe not as quick and long. The Long Beach State will look a lot like them, and it's a very good team.
What do you guys have to do better on Saturday?
Well, we just have to get back to our fundamental basis. Right now, we've just got to get the ball under control. Number one defensive thing is just guarding the ball. First guy that's on the ball, being in a ready position. Second guy being in a held position. I mean, I won't even go beyond that right now. It's like going, well, you know, there's some things we did in the second half which were good defensively, but we just got to play 40 minutes. There's no chance to play, a 20-minute half and come roaring back and make it a tight game at the buzzer.
Seems like Jalen's a guy who can do that sometimes with his athleticism. Can you tell me about his status, or is he hurt?
Yeah, Jalen rolled an ankle at the end of at the end of the first half against Antelope Valley and hasn't practiced for a few days. And so, he one that would have been nice to have tonight. His quickness creates some offensive opportunity. But what I would think with Jalen's his quickness defensively too on the ball, guarding some people a little quicker there. So we end up playing, a few more minutes. We got Noab with 30 minutes and Shipley at 27 and Sutler with 27 and Morgan at 24 and Meekle 34. So, we played an 8-man rotation. We got a little bit out of Trevor John, 4 minutes there. Zach Gordon is in foul trouble every time he steps on the court, and he's got to clean that up. But the reality overall is that Jalen would be nice to have, but Jalen, Josh Martin gets eligible another week. Those are nice components to have. But again, there's 4 seniors out there and a junior that have been there, done that. And we as a staff and them as senior players got to own that. That's our team, that's our game, that's our loss.
Just one more question about tonight. So from the first half to the second half, you only let up 36 points in the second half. What did you tell the guys at halftime, or what kind of things did you change to kind of help improve the defense?
Well, we just emphasized the most important part is helping your teammate. The guy on the ball was trying to guard the ball, and the guy who was closest to the ball was still 3 steps away from him. And you've got to take up that space and shorten those passing lines. Second thing is we told them that, hey, when there's an on-ball screen, we're going to have to switch that. We're not going to try to go through our typical way of handling on-ball screens. So we went to a lineup that was compatible, that 1 through 5, that we were able to switch. We went to bigger point guard, and you saw that lineup that made the comeback was mobile and big at every position. So we were able to neutralize it by changing really more the X and O's of what we did. And obviously when you get teams stopped 2 or 3 times and you get some transition, you make a basket, and then the momentum was back on our side. Again, I thought that we then thought the game, we had won the game. And didn't finish it out down the stretch. You got to finish the shot, you got to finish the rebound, you got to finish the play, contend it. You got to make a nice shot to win it with 2 seconds to go.
Anything else, guys?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.